Fitness Matters.
Hey, happy Thursday, everybody. You are listening to Mental Fitness Matters. I am your host, Tracy Alston, and this is WSIC Radio. I hope everybody is out there staying safe, taking care of yourselves, taking care of your families, really doing what we need to do to continue our social isolation for a little bit longer to make sure the community's safe and you guys are safe as well. I am really excited about today's show and my amazing guests for today. We're going to be talking about the importance of staying healthy, managing stress, and the benefits of boosting your immune system to really have a great impact on your overall health performance. We're going to have a really good show today, but before I introduce my guests, I just want to say that I really believe that right now our mindset and perspective is everything. I got to repeat that. Our mindset and perspective is everything right now. It's a mindset season. Stop looking at what we don't have and really start to focus on the things that we do have. Perspective is everything. We need to adopt the mentality that we are going to leave this quarantine healthier than we came into it. We're going to need to adopt the mentality that we're going to leave this quarantine healthier than we came into it. And that should be in every area of our lives, with our mental, physical, emotional health, with our relationships, with the values of our time. We need to really have that mentality. We're going to come out of this thing a lot healthier and a lot stronger than we got into this. And I want my Mental Fitness Matters community to set that goal together, okay? So on today's show, we have an opportunity here to really talk about our health and the values of our immune systems and ways that we can really boost that to improve our overall performance. And I think what we have with this isolation and this stay-at-home order, for those people who are not able to go out or people that don't have to be out here right now, we have a big opportunity with time on our hands. We have time that we may not have had before because we were so busy with work, because we had schedules to take care of with schools. Whatever the situation was, now we have a little bit of time on our hands, and we have to really begin to use that time wisely. We can take care of things from a nutritional standpoint. We can look at exercise and fitness. We can start to slow down and reflect and do some mindfulness, meditation type work for ourselves. So we have a little bit more of a schedule that we can put in place for our self-care, and I think we have to utilize that. So on today's show, we're going to be talking about the benefits of our immune system, which is really our body's multi-level intelligence defense network, which helps our body defend itself from all potentially harmful bacteria. It's super important that we begin to understand the benefits of our immune system. When we think about our immune system, it really has an impact on how to protect us from all of the things that are out here, because we come into contact every single day with bacteria and viruses. We do that every day. But our immune health is really that line of defense that kind of helps us combat some of these things. So we're going to talk about staying healthy and the benefits of staying in shape so that we can fight off these illnesses and diseases and all those things there as well. So on today's show, I have Dr. Connor Donahue of Chiro Life Wellness Center in Mooresville. And we're going to be talking about stress impact and the benefits of boosting your immune systems. He received his bachelor's degree from Elon College in exercise science, and he also earned top honors in his graduate program from Sherman College of Chiropractic in Spartanburg. Dr. Donahue, welcome to the show, my friend. It's so good to have you.
Tracy, thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely,
it's an honor
buddy.
to be here. Well said. That introduction gave me the chills. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, let's rock and roll. Let's get it going here. Thank you for being here. I love what you guys do and what you stand for at Chiro Life Wellness. Tell us a little bit about yourself as well.
Yeah, I've grown up in the Lake Norman area, lived here pretty much my whole life. Couldn't be happier to be back here and serving the community that helped shape me and who I am today. With that being said, thank you for having me. So happy to be here.
It's an honor to have you. It's an honor to have you. Thank you for all you do for so many in the community. You guys are still open, rocking and rolling on the front lines. And
yes, ma'am.
Providing people ways to boost themselves, reduce their stress, get themselves aligned and back in a perspective and a mindset of keeping going and moving forward. So thank you for all you do.
Yeah, of course.
I like to ask my guests, because this is the Mental Fitness Matters show, I'm always kind of curious, what does mental fitness mean to you, and what are you doing right now for yourself to stay mentally fit, mentally healthy through these times?
Mental fitness to me, I think, is really just being able to adapt, to whatever life throws at you. And maintain a positive relationship with your environment. Maintain a sense of, genuine peace, happiness, and, sense of purpose, ultimately.
I love that. I love that. Are you finding yourself having to do anything different right now for your own mental health, mental fitness, as time is kind of, you guys are still open and busy, but if you're not quite as active, are you having to do anything different for you?
Not necessarily. I mean, it's pretty much, we were talking a little bit before this. It's all about your rituals, what you do to stay healthy, and there's a lot of ways, obviously, to do that, So to answer your question, things that I do to maintain mental fitness, include, it's the basics. I say this to the patients all the time. Let's just get back to the basics, get a good night's sleep, exercise, proper nutrition, get adjusted, meditate, supplement when needed, maintain, quality relationships and contacts with your loved ones and people most important to you. And all those things combined have a powerful outcome.
Absolutely, my friend. You are speaking to the show, and you're speaking to overall health and wellness, and that's awesome. And we're going to talk about, let's go ahead and get into it. So when we talk about being healthy and the immune system's benefit for our overall health and being a defense mechanism and really kind of keeping us alive, right? Mm-hmm. What would you say are the benefits of having a strong and healthy immune system? What do people need to know about that?
Well, first I think it's important to understand that there's two parts of the immune system. There's innate immune system, and that's really your first line of defense, and that's what people really need to focus on, especially right now with the coronavirus, because we haven't had a chance to build an adaptive immunity to that, okay? And now that's the second part of the immune system, the adaptive immunity, and think of that as sort of like the SWAT team of your immune system. The second time it encounters whatever virus, pathogen, bacteria it's encountered before, it's going to be much more efficient and effective at dealing with that.
Got it.
Now, a lot of these other things that we're talking about do improve the adaptive immune system and its response, but even more importantly right now, it really enhances your innate immune system, your first line of defense. So, and that's the reason most people that come in contact with what's going on right now typically don't show any signs of illness. There's a difference between people's ability to actually fight what they are exposed to.
Got it. And so would you say there's also things that we could see, we'll get into the things that positively impact us, but are there things right now that you could say that would negatively impact our immune system or our ability to kind of fight these things?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the overwhelming trend when it comes to health in general, not just things that weaken your immune system, is stress. And we 70% of what we treat in our office is a physical manifestation of emotional stress.
Wow.
And as a result of right now, obviously stress is higher.
Yeah.
Anxiety, for a variety of reasons. So, again, now is the time, that's more important than ever to make sure you're doing all of these things to boost your line of defense and, understand that you have control and power in the situation. I think a lot of people feel like they don't really have any control and all they can do is coop up at home, and I'm in 100% agreement with limiting exposure, by the way. Mm-hmm. But people need to understand there are a lot of things they can do that greatly shift the odds in their favor if they are exposed.
I love that. And what you're talking about is recognizing, like you're saying, choosing your focus there. There are things, yes, on the external that we may not have any control over at all, but there's some things that we can be doing right now in your own home to really start to help you adjust and adapt here. And let's go back to stress a little bit, because there are two types of stress, right? Stress is not always bad. Mm-hmm. There's some good stressors, but there are also some stressors that really can begin to have a physiological response, and we can react in a mm-hmm. way that fight or flight, right? And get our systems in a place that they are on hyper alert too often, which if we're not doing those things that are good for us, whether that's exercise and nutrition and sleep, if our stress levels are too high, that's going to weaken our immune system's ability to fight.
Yep, absolutely. There's no debate that stress and anxiety results in heightened activity of your sympathetic nervous system, as you said. And, the research shows that sympathetic nerve system activation ultimately results in a reduction in immune health. So that's really what we focus on in our office, is monitoring the function of the sympathetic nervous system. We actually have technology that tracks the impact that stress has on that part of the nerve system, and we put a plan together to really help correct those imbalances and interferences that may exist in order to enhance the health of the individual and increase their odds of being able to stay healthy and fight infection, illness, and disease. Similar to nutrition and exercise and mental fitness and biofeedback. Ultimately all of what they're doing, regardless of whether or not you have symptoms, whether you're sick, whether you're healthy, they're enhancing your body's ability to function. And as a result of that, your immune system is going to have a boost in addition to every other system of the body.
That is huge. That is huge. And what we're going to do, we're going to take a break. And when we come back, we're going to continue this conversation with Dr. Donahue about stress impact, but also the things that you can begin to do right now to really begin to boost your level of overall health and function so that you can fight. Not only we're talking about COVID-19 right now, but we're talking about illness and disease in general. This is the time to get healthy. And you've been listening to the Mental Fitness Matters Show. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to continue this conversation. We'll be back. Hey, welcome back. You are listening to Mental Fitness Matters. I am your host, Tracy Alston, and I am here with the amazing Dr. Connor Donahue of Cairo Life Wellness Center in Mooresville, North Carolina. They are getting it done, taking care of people on a daily basis. We can't thank you enough again for what you do, and thank you for sharing some time with me this morning.
Yeah,
so glad to have you, buddy.
Thank you.
And when we left off, we were just talking about some of the stress impact that it can have on our immune health and our ability to kind of fight any type of illness or disease. And you were kind of mentioning some of the things that you do at Cairo Wellness, Cairo Life Wellness, to support your clients there from a stress standpoint.
Yep.
Can you continue that conversation for people that are just tuning in?
Yeah, absolutely. As we talked about earlier, there's a lot of factors, in the environment that challenge our body's ability to maintain balance or homeostasis.
Yes.
Okay. Now, as a result of that, the body needs to respond to those things. So in our office, we talk about 3 types of stressors: physical stress, chemical stress, and emotional stress. Okay. So anytime these stressors overwhelm your body's ability to adapt and maintain balance, you develop oftentimes what are covert unhealthy neurological patterns. Okay. stuck patterns of unhealthy adaptation. And that's really where our focus is addressing their lifestyle, right? We want to empower our patients, give them, tools, arm them with information so they can manage those three stressors. And then our role is adjusting to improve function and really restore balance to their nervous system.
That's huge, and I think that probably gives people a lot of information. I know when we were talking before we got on air here, that educational piece, educating people, especially right now, because there's a lot of fear out there. There's a lot of things that people are feeling like they can't do.
Right.
And what you guys do is really take time to educate on what you can do.
And that's why our patients are excited to be there. I mean, they're like, I'm doing something for my health that's proactive in a time, rather than being reactive, and I mean that's what we love, to do for our patients is really cause that shift.
I love that. And let's get into just a couple ways that people, if you're out here listening right now and you're thinking about what ways can I start really beginning to boost my own immune health, what can I be doing? When we think about nutrition, right? Mm-hmm. Nutrition is something that you may have a little bit more time on your hands now to maybe get to the grocery store and actually go home and kind of cook and pick out some different healthier type meals. Mm-hmm. Would you have any recommendations on what things need to look like when we're looking at our own diets and our health, from a nutritional standpoint?
Yeah, absolutely. Now, we talked a little bit before about this. There's a couple ways to approach it. Obviously there are things that we eat that absolutely destroy our immune system, and there are things that we can eat that are stimulative. So you need to address both of those things. And quite simply, one of the things that destroys it is sugar. Mm-hmm. Really trying to avoid sugar is one of the best things that you can do. And I think some people don't realize, like they think I'm going to drink a glass of orange juice or apple juice and, get a nice boost in vitamin C. Well, the sugar in that far outweighs the benefit that you're getting from any of the vitamin C, and people just aren't educated on that, so find a different way to get your vitamin C than a glass of orange juice or apple juice. But vitamin C, I mean, that's very common. People have a good understanding that that's something that can benefit their immune system, but there are so many other ways to do that. Vitamin E, selenium, probiotics, digestive enzymes, all of those things are potent in their ability to really help enhance your body's defenses and boost your immune system. Obviously, cruciferous, vegetables, things like that.
Yes.
Whole foods, just, again, it's the basics, stay away from sugar, processed, refined foods. Whole foods are the best thing you can do.
I love it. And let's talk about exercise, because I think, too, not only what we're eating, what we're fueling our body with from a food perspective, but also how do we fuel our body when we're out here moving, get moving. Mm-hmm. This is a really important time, if you have extra time, to get moving. No matter what that cardiovascular activity looks like for your health and your heart, right now there's gyms all over the place that are gone online, and so there's really no excuse. What would you say about the physical component of this?
I mean, it's essential, and I mean, all of these things it's really never been different than this, but essentially it's a matter of life and death right now.
Yeah.
I mean, we are designed to move. You don't move, your body starts to fall apart and break down, period. I mean, getting at least 30 minutes of moderate exercise at least 5 times a week, I think is essential. And there's some evidence out there that the intensity of your exercise greatly influences how your body's going to respond from an immune system perspective. So oftentimes if your exercise is too intense and too vigorous, your body may respond in a way that's actually negative in terms of your immune system. Your body may perceive that physical exertion as something that's stressful, and then as a result, what happens? Stress hormones elevate, your immune system becomes compromised, and that's short term, but I mean, that's, I feel, important fact to point out there.
Absolutely. That's very good information and things that you wouldn't even think about, right? And so you're exactly right. Get moving, get the blood flowing and pumping. We all need that activity. We all need that movement. What about sleep? That's key, right? When we think about sleep and its benefits for restoring every part of us, brain and body, it's huge.
Absolutely. I mean, there's been studies that show if you don't get a full 8 hours of sleep, your immune system takes a 50% hit the next day, period. So getting in a good sleep schedule, go to sleep at the same time, wake up at the same time, allows your body to get in a rhythm and again, maximize your health and function.
Absolutely. And not only about the time in terms of your sleep, that quality really needs to be there. And so even if you're laying down for 8 hours and the quality is poor, you may still wake up feeling depleted or like you had just been laying there, and what was the purpose of that? So it really is important as you're thinking about your sleep hygiene, really kind of creating an environment for yourself to be successful with your sleep. And that could mean really looking at room temperature has a big impact on your sleep quality. And so sometimes cooler is better. When we think about lights in the room, those types of things can also have an impact on your brain's ability to really shut down and shut off. The restorative components that happen during deep sleep need to happen, because those are the things that recharge you, refuel you, and allow you to wake up feeling refreshed and restored and able to tackle your day. So sleep hygiene is important. Getting yourselves on a good schedule as well. I think right now we all have our different time schedule, because whether you're at home more or you're waking up later or whatever may be going on, there has been an adjustment and a change in your schedule. So you have to still put yourself on a schedule. Sleep is key here, guys. And so making sure that you have a routine when you're going to bed, but also a routine when you're waking up, keeping yourself in balance. You used that word earlier, homeostasis. Those things are important for balance and health and keeping a balance to our overall life and our wellness. So that's huge.
Absolutely.
Anything else you want to add when we can talk about stress impact? We can talk about the nervous system. We can talk about chiropractic care and the things that you guys are doing at Chiro Life Wellness. Anything else that our community needs to know when it comes to boosting our immune health? We've talked about nutrition. We've talked about sleep. We've talked about stress. We've talked about those key things. Anything else that you are seeing on a daily basis for your clients?
Not as much. I mean, I think we pretty much we covered all of that. I mean, I guess from our perspective, again, I just want to highlight the fact that it comes down to the body's ability to adapt. Any disease process results in an inability to adapt to one of those three stressors: physical, chemical, and emotional. So, being able to incorporate not just one, but all of those things that we mentioned are critical. That's really when you get the most profound results. So with our care is one piece of the paradigm of overall wellness and health. And it's a big one. I mean, the nerve system is the master controller. It runs the show. If there's an interference in your nerve system, how do you think the body's going to function?
That's right.
Less than optimal.
Yep.
Okay, I guarantee that. And your resistance to those other stressors is then reduced. So being able to maximize the function of that system of the body is critically important.
Absolutely. And that's what I want our listeners to take away. We want to maximize your ability to bounce back from anything that you're going to face in life. And what this Mental Fitness Matters show is designed to do is help people do just that. Recognize that we have more power than we give ourselves credit for, right? And so taking control over the things that you do have, putting yourself in the driver's seat of your life and in your health. And that starts with your mindset, getting your mindset shifted around the things that you can control. Right now, we just talked about sleep, really starting to kind of control how your schedule looks around there. So that way you can set up some healthy boundaries and barriers. Nutrition, going into the grocery store, staying on the outer aisles, reducing the sugar, those processed foods. Try to pick something a little bit different, those whole foods, organic type foods, those types of things, right? Getting yourself in a position to take control over your health. And is there a way that people can reach you? How can they find you?
They can find us on Facebook, our Chiro Life Wellness Center page. Find us on Google as well. Those are, the simplest and easiest ways to contact us.
Absolutely. And they are Chiro Life Wellness Center located in Mooresville. And guys, I want you guys to really look at this time that we have right now is a time of taking care of your health. Taking care of your health, every area of it, from mental, physical, emotional, your relationships, and the things that you have control over. Dr. Donahue, it has been amazing having you on today's show. Is there anything else before we have to end that you need to say to our listeners today?
You said it so well. I think I'm good. Just thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so
Well
much
said,
for being
Tracy.
here. Thank you guys for all that you're doing. I want my Mental Fitness Matters community to shine bright like the stars that you are. Continue to go out here, make an impact. Stay safe. Take care of your families. Take care of yourselves. Wash your hands. Make sure you are respecting the social distancing laws that are going on right now. See you next week.